I was inviting people to connect between and above the eyebrows at the center of the forehead. The yogis call this the spiritual eye, ajna. And there's just a natural focalization of awareness and consciousness there, and it's possible to connect with effulgence. It's possible to connect with the energy of pure light. Jesus refers to this in the form of, "Let thine eye be single, and thy whole body shall be filled with light." And so if we connect with that focalization of consciousness, we connect with light right there, it's actually possible to feel light cascading through the body. And if you allow that to happen, this can happen in meditation, but it also can happen in line at the grocery store. It can also happen if you've trained yourself, even while you're driving. It's possible to be aware of this light flowing through yourself. So notice for yourself, how does that feel? And then notice for yourself as well, in your body, what happens when you are connected with that flow of light that is present with you and within you always from the spiritual eye. And just notice as well, things that would be natural for you to be aware of, there becomes a kind of calm, a clarity, a coherence to Amen. Welcome, 1,000 welcomes. Such joy to be together and to meditate today. We're meditating part of our series, Divinity Walking This Earth. So that's our overall focus. And then we're specifically meditating on learn to concentrate. And both of those teachings come from Swami Shankarananda, who was my teacher. He consecrated me as a Swami, and he founded this meditation community. He says this: everyone I see is divinity walking this earth. Acknowledge the divinity within you, manifesting through you and as you. And so turn to yourself and just notice, how does it feel if I acknowledge the divinity that is within me? And so if divinity is feeling distant from you, if you didn't wake up today saying, yes, divinity is here. Divinity is waking up and getting out of bed right here. So notice, how do you feel when you are in contact with divinity within yourself? So for some people, it might just be a feeling of calm, or a feeling of sweetness, or a feeling of love, or a feeling of laughter, good humor, lightheartedness. For some people, it's definitely a feeling of creativity. Some people work in the arts or the sciences, and both fields connect you with a tremendous flow of creativity. Everyone on the planet who's a human is connected to this flow of creative energy. So just how does that feel for you? And how does that feel in your body? And at our opening meditation, I'm going to loop back to the beginning now and just give everyone a chance to connect. I was inviting people to connect between and above the eyebrows at the center of the forehead. The yogis call this the spiritual eye, ajna. And there's just a natural focalization of awareness and consciousness there, and it's possible to connect with effulgence. It's possible to connect with the energy of pure light. Jesus refers to this in the form of, "Let thine eye be single, and thy whole body shall be filled with light." And so if we connect with that focalization of consciousness, we connect with light right there, it's actually possible to feel light cascading through the body. And if you allow that to happen, this can happen in meditation, but it also can happen in line at the grocery store. It can also happen if you've trained yourself, even while you're driving. It's possible to be aware of this light flowing through yourself. So notice for yourself, how does that feel? And then notice for yourself as well, in your body, what happens when you are connected with that flow of light that is present with you and within you always from the spiritual eye. And just notice as well, things that would be natural for you to be aware of, there becomes a kind of calm, a clarity, a coherence to your own energy. So confusion naturally melts away. Answers naturally arise. If you have been asking any questions, the energy of solutions naturally presents itself to you. You're in contact with a flow of wholeness. And that's the truth, that's the reality for all of us. And so just notice for yourself, how does your own connectedness with ajna, with the spiritual eye, feel? And keep that with you. And so practice that in meditation, but also in daily life. If you have a meeting or you have a conversation with a client or a child or a parent or a partner, a spouse, a friend, connect with that energy of light. And then allow that energy of light to be there, scintillating through you, through every cell of your body, through your heart, through your mind, your intellect, your senses, as you engage in that task, in that conversation, in that work, in that creative expression, whatever it may be. The other entry point that I was inviting people to connect with is the heart. And so it's also possible as well, the Bhagavad Gita says there's a luminous lamp of wisdom that dwells in the heart, and it dispels the darkness born of ignorance. So each of us is continually connected to light. And the heart is a place where we can just open and naturally feel a flow of light. And so for yourself, how does that flow feel? When I turn within right now and I allow my heart to open and I allow this divine light of wisdom, radiance, luminosity, generosity, guidance, support, good humor, kindness, encouragement to feel in me, what it feels like in me, how does that feel? And again, just kind of notice, how does that feel in your body? Connect with that in meditation, but then also when you're cooking, connect with that. When you're doing dishes, connect with that. When you're taking a walk, connect with that. Whenever you're doing whatever you're doing, allow that energy of awareness to fill you and allow yourself to flow with that energy of wholeness, that energy of light. So this is one of the ways to connect with the reality that Swami Shankarananda is describing here. Everyone I see is divinity walking this earth. I'm about to dive into some teachings from the Upanishads and from the Bhagavad Gita, which help us connect with this. But this is the truth, and this is the reality, that going back to the Gayatri Mantra from the outset, radiance projects into time and space. We are part of that flow of radiance, indivisibly, inextricably connected to radiance always. So our entire existence, we are whole, and we are held in that energy of radiance. Pretty clearly, it's possible to go into time and space and experience a feeling of separateness, right? And so the yogic teachings which I'm about to share help us with both of those perceptions. Okay, so here they are.
I am Acharya Kashi, a spiritual teacher and a student of Swami Nityananda at Awake Yoga Meditation. If you love being inspired, uplifted, encouraged, and on fire for inner transformation, like, subscribe, and follow.
This is from the Chandogya, the Upanishad. In the beginning, there was existence, one only, without a second. The one thought, let be me many, let me grow forth. Thus, out of the one, the universe is projected. And the universe having projected out of the one entered into every being and everything. All that is has itself in the one alone. The one is the truth, the subtle essence of all. The one is the self, and that thou art. Okay, so right now, connect with the heart, or spiritual eye, whichever one you're drawn to, and just notice for yourself, how does the energy of the one feel in me? So you could kind of think of it as each beloved individual human on the planet is an individualized projection into time and space of that same one. And you are doing research. You're doing field work wherever you are in your life on the planet and saying, how does the one know itself here on this morning where I am standing or sitting right now doing what I am doing right now? How does the one feel in this focalization of consciousness right here? Non-separateness is the reality. So each of us is just a focalization of consciousness. What that means is that no human is a big deal, ever. No human has ever been a big deal, and no human ever will be a big deal. The one is what is a big deal. And so we're just connecting with that unification, that reality, that kindness, that underlying light that upholds the whole universe. And notice how that feels. So notice there's just an exuberance. There's a feeling of being at home. There's a feeling of freedom. There's a feeling of connectedness. There's a feeling of recognizing everyone that I encounter. It's my own kin. It's my own kind. It's my own self. They're reflecting something back to me that's helping me love in a deeper way, that's helping me energize light in a more beautiful and amazing way in this particular moment. The Chandogya Upanishad also goes on to say this. And so this is the experience that we can have, the feeling that we can have of experiencing separateness. And that's what's being described next. As a man may be blindfolded and led away and left in a strange place, and as, having been so dealt with, he turns in every direction and cries out for someone to remove his bandages and show him the way home. And as one thus entreated may loose his bandages and give him comfort, and as thereupon he walks from village to village, asking his way as he goes, and as he arrives home at last, just so does a human who meets with an illumined teacher obtain true knowledge. And so this is also part of the experience of being in time and space. It feels as if we have gone out to a far country. I'm sharing a teaching from Jesus. It feels as if we've gone to a strange land. And sometimes you look around and you say, what am I doing in time and space? I see people saying, I recognize that feeling. And what Jesus says, and what this teaching right here says as well, is that it is possible to return home. No matter what the experience is that we have had that makes us feel like we're in a far country, we're in a strange land, we're looking around saying, what am I doing in time and space right now? What a very strange time to be here on this planet in time and space right now. We always have the choice to connect with the teachings of truth, to connect with illumination, which is shared by an illumined teacher of truth, and to realize in truth, I am always at home. And I'm going to talk about that paradox in just a second. Ramana Maharshi, when he comments on this teaching from the Upanishad, he said, it's a dream. The separateness is a dream. Wake up from the dream, and what you realize is, I'm already at home. I'm just having this apparent experience of separation. Another way to put this is, the God of my being is with me the whole way through. Whatever your phrase for that is, the wholeness of my being, it's with me the whole way through. And what happens when you wake up to the reality of illumination, sometimes called enlightenment, is you just realize, I've always been connected to the light. Supreme love has been with me no matter what the experiences are that I have had in time and space. I have always been at home in supreme love. And so that is the realization that one has when one finds the teachings of truth and a teacher who is embodied, who is living the teachings of truth. So certainly that is what Swami Shankarananda extended and what he founded. Certainly that is what the Karma Yogis practice. That is what the Karma Yogis embody and make visible. It is so beautiful and so sacred. I will also just share with you a video that I saw this week. The video took like maybe a minute to unfold, and it was a woman who was talking about she has 13 hives of bees, and she found one of her bees wrapped in a spider's web. And the wings of the bee were so contained. I see someone nodding. Maybe somebody else saw this as well. The wings were so contained that the bee could literally do nothing to free itself. And so she took this bee that was wrapped in spider's webs, and she put it, she didn't know which hive it had come from because she has 13 of them. She put it in the nearest hive. And these little female worker bees came, and a small group of them worked together, and within 10 minutes had completely freed the bee from the spider web. Whether it was a known bee from that same hive, whether it was a foreign bee, a stranger bee from another hive, they just immediately were like, we can help. And that's the spirit of Karma Yogis. We can help. We can be this energy of exuberance. We can be this energy of warmth. We can be this energy of kindness. And it's not only, so I want to just celebrate and reverence. What I love about the Karma Yogis is it's not the doing matters. Like, it really matters that we have embodied humans who are here, who are placing the chairs so that we can be here, who are hosting the Zoom, who are offering the video so that we can all connect in these particular ways. But it's the spirit with which the doing arises. It's the alacrity and the joy and the harmony and the love. It's just the we can help. And so often what karma yogis are doing is embodying a frequency. And that is even more important than the physical actions that are sharing through them. So often what karma yogis are, they're being that energy of welcome. They're being that energy of kindness. They're holding the energy of recognizing, I know you might feel right now like you're contained in spider webs such that you cannot free yourself. I can see you. I can see your wholeness. I can see your beauty. I can see your magnificence. I can see how gorgeous and alive and creative you are. And their seeing that in you creates space for you to live into the fullness of that expression in time and space. And so it is truly such a gift that there are humans who are here who are embodying this teaching. It is such a gift, such a grace, such an exuberance, and so worth celebrating. And we also, one of the things that I heard someone else say recently, this person said, I just noticed that as I show up, as I simply practice Kriya Yoga, as I simply practice Karma Yoga, and I let go of any thought of results, self-realization happens. It just takes care of itself. It unfolds. Because in both, what's happening is there's a current of divine love that's unfolding from within you. And that practice of Karma Yoga really, really helps. I also just, the door is wide open. We have so many opportunities at 9:30 on Sundays for people to be of service. We have opportunities for people to be of service online. And one of the things that Swami Shankarananda said is, if self-realization is present, Karma Yoga will be present as well. And also, don't wait. Like, go to Karma Yoga immediately, and then that energy unfolds from within you. And it just continues to bless you with this flow of divine love. So I'll also share with you a teaching from the Bhagavad Gita, and this is related to what we've been meditating on. Each of us is connected continually to light. And so this teaching from chapter 6, verse 19, is helping remind us of that. The flame of a lamp does not flicker when kept in a place sheltered from the wind. This has been considered as the analogy to illustrate the state of a yogi of self-controlled mind who is engaged in meditation on the self. And so if you want to keep a shorthand, the flame of a lamp does not flicker. The light within you does not flicker. If you are in contact with the energy of divine love within yourself, the light within you does not flicker. It is unwavering. No matter what the winds are that seem to be blowing in time and space, you are sheltered. And so this is the same realization, the same reality that Jesus was talking about when the winds came up and he said, peace, be still. That reality of peace, it's with us and within us always. And you actually can use that as a mantra for yourself. Peace, be still. And offer it in your own heart and feel how it feels to know that this energy of peace, be still, is right here. This energy of a lamp that does not flicker is always right here. And so I think one of the things that would be very helpful for each of us is if we connect with this energy of a lamp that does not flicker. Notice if you're more drawn to connect with it at the heart or at ajna, the spiritual eye. And just allow yourself to be merged in the lamp that does not flicker in your own heart or at your own spiritual eye at ajna. And then again, just notice that in this connectedness to the light within yourself, non-separateness is already here. You are already connected to the source of all the light in the universe. You are already connected to immortal, indestructible, eternal, boundless love. And so you can feel your own mightiness within yourself. It's the mightiness of the non-separate self. So this is, to be clear, not the mightiness of your human cranky self. This is the mightiness of your non-separate, unwavering light self. And when you're in contact with this mightiness of your non-separate, unwavering light self, notice what happens to any questions you have been asking yourself. And it's completely fine right now to ask any questions. And allow solutions to present themselves to you. Sometimes there is a direct connection with solutions right now, and sometimes they continue to unfold. You might be taking a walk later or meditating. Might even be while you're sleeping or tomorrow in meditation, that solutions just naturally unfold within you. And then notice as well, this energy of light is also pure creative energy. So it's the energy of beauty, it's the energy of wholeness, it's the energy of inventiveness and ingenuity. Connect with that creative energy. Allow it to fill you. And allow it to guide you. There are ways in which this creative energy can express through you that are completely unique to you. The same way that your thumbprint is completely unique to you, your own energy has a signature vibration and frequency. And so when you connect with this vast, mighty, limitless, unwavering light energy within yourself, you're also connecting with the way the divine loves to express through you for highest good. And so there is a freedom and a joy and an empowerment and an exuberance and a being at home within yourself always. And so just notice then, there are no bandages around our eyes. There is no sense of confusion. There is no illusion about separateness or divisiveness. There is clarity and calm and peace. Discernment and wisdom, courage, strength, and skill are with us. And also the full, glad joy of our being, the exuberant love of our being is with us wholly and completely. So if you like to, you're welcome to keep your eyes closed and keep sort of allowing that energy to fill you. I'm blinking my eyes open to share with you a question that someone asked recently. And the question is a very sincere one and worth asking. So I'm sharing it because it'll benefit others besides the questioner. And the question is, what if I'm not feeling that flow of divine love in my heart? And so here's where, if you turn within and you just say, I am willing to let go of anything that is blocking that flow of divine love in my heart. If I have been holding on to pain, I'm willing to set it down. If I feel the need to, I can give myself permission to pick it up later. But for right now, I'm going to set down that pain, and I'm also going to set down any blame that I have been holding on to. And I'm going to give myself permission to allow unimpeded, pure, whole love to flow through my heart right now. Willing to set aside everything else. And then another thing that you can do is you can say to yourself, how do I feel when that flow of divine love flows through my heart? And notice places, moments, situations where it's easy for you to feel that connectedness. So this might be a smile on the face of a friend, helps you connect with that flow of divine love in your heart. It might be that you have a cat or a neighbor's cat or a dog or a neighbor's dog or a child or a parent or a friend or a spouse or a partner or a teacher. You might love trees or flowers or the sky or drops of water. And you have that feeling of love, that feeling of gratitude, that feeling of joy flowing through your heart when you are in contact with that. And so become so absorbed in how that flow of love feels in your heart in this moment and in the next moment and in the next moment, and in the next moment, that just from moment to moment, you are feeling already that flow of love, that flow of peace, that flow of strength, that flow of exuberance, that flow of gladness, that flow of creativity, that flow of ingenuity, that flow of curiosity and exploration and wonder and delight and divine magic. Whatever it is that you would like to feel, be willing to lay down anything other than that. And then practice that inquiry. How does that feel in this very moment? How does it feel if I allow that energy to flow through me? And then notice as well that it's possible for us to build a bridge to higher and higher frequencies, step by step, choice by choice, moment by moment. As we take the high road, every time we take the high road, our frequency becomes higher. And then higher and higher choices branch out above us. And so there's no limit to how much exuberance we can feel. There's no limit to how much kindness we can allow to express through us. There's no limit to how much healing and how much wholeness and how much generosity we can allow to express through us. And so all it takes is that willingness. If I'm not feeling it right now, am I willing? Am I willing to turn within? Am I willing to open my heart? Am I willing to lay down pain? Am I willing to lay down blame? Am I willing to let go of the illusion of separateness? Am I willing to say, how does it feel when I have that feeling of welcome home? How does it feel if I see a bee tangled up in spider webs and I see the wholeness is there? Beneath the spider webs, there is so much wholeness. There is so much beauty. There is so much sweetness. There is so much cooperation and harmony. And then for each of us to not wait for anything else to change, but to simply in daily life be that energy of cooperation, be that energy of kindness, be that energy of welcome, be that energy of, here I am. What is helpful in this moment? My heart is open. This current of divine creative energy is flowing through me. This energy of peace is here in this very moment. How fully may I allow that energy of kindness and peace to embody through me in this body, in this heart, in this mind, in this life? And then how may I allow every thought, every word, every choice to be a fuller and more beautiful expression of that energy of light, that energy of kindness, that energy of joy and peace, that energy of delight. Thank God that it is so. God bless us all.